Hey everyone, my name is Nick and this is Chip Chat. Today we are chatting about Luke's Organic Potato Chips Barbecue. I feel like that's an odd order for some of those words to be in. Let's open them up. Let's see what we've got. Let's try again. There we go. I don't know. I have a specific way that I want to open these bags, and the bags don't always want to be open that way. Let's see what we have. Oh, there's the first chip. Gaze upon it. So, Luke. So, I thought this would be a good chip to do a video for, because up here, Luke's Organic Chips say they're farmer owned. Got a little symbol that makes it look official. I don't know if that's some sort of governing body that gives them that symbol. I don't know, or that seal. I don't know. Also says down here, farmer made potato chips. And the reason that caught my eye, last chat, we talked about some Homestyle Select barbecue chips that were from the dollar store. And I don't know, those chips got me thinking about, you know, the class struggle in America, and just perceptions about class and poverty and this and that, and I guess in terms of when you're talking about products and dollar stores and whatnot, like thinking about appearances and perceptions regarding class and status and money. And with these being farmer owned, that leads me to believe that the farmers here, the workers, the, you know, salt of the earth folks, are running things over at Luke's Organic, which is great. Yeah, so they can, you know, be working together, and I guess, you know, fulfilling or seeing their work as farmers through to the, you know, final product here with chips. I will say, these chips, I don't know how I feel about them. I mean, so they're barbecue, right? It's definitely, it's a subtle barbecue flavor. And I would maybe say it could use a little more salt. Just a little more. But they're good. They're not greasy or oily at all. but they're very light and kind of, yeah, just light and airy chips, but they're good. It's called, I think, it's making it difficult to stop eating them. Yeah, it has a really, and I guess, yeah, the seasoning is it's complex, I guess you might say, or at least, if not to go that far, it's keeping me intrigued with each chip. It's not just like, I don't know, it's not the standard barbecue flavor. The right amount of smoky, right, just like the tiniest bit of sweet. It's good, but like I said, maybe a tiny bit more salt, but I don't know. That's just a little. So with the farmer-owned chips and whatnot, just makes me think of a article I saw a couple years back about farmers in America who were hacking their tractors because the company, the manufacturer of the tractors, John Deere, at least that was the company talked about in this article, and I assume they're one of the biggest. I'm not a farmer, have no knowledge of, firsthand knowledge of farming at all, but John Deere requires, they basically don't let the farmers work on their own tractors or other farm equipment, right? So a farmer would have to go try to call out a, get a John Deere representative or you know, mechanic to come out to their farm and do the work. And of course, John Deere wants to keep a lock on that to make more money. And the farmers in this article were very much against it. And the article focused on this, you know, like black market for key generators, you know, serial code generators and hacks for their machines, which I thought was fascinating because there's a, you know, there's a juxtaposition there of rural farmers working on their tractor and hacking the tractor's computers, which was very interesting in the article. But that, you know, ties into this, like I said, this thing we were talking about last week of, you know, just the class struggle in this country. You know, I'm sure my impression of, or I guess one of my assumptions or educated guesses maybe of farmers is a lot of them are sort of born into that job or way of life, really, right? That's what their family did, so that's what they do, and that's what a lot of the people in their town do. So to have, I guess I'm just imagining having that being a part of your family for generations, and then all of a sudden the company that sells you your tractor is telling you you can't repair your own tractor or whatever, is wild and terrible. You know, you see those things, those same sorts of restrictions on repairs for cell phones and other things. And it's just as bad there. It shouldn't happen there either, but I guess it's, thinking about it, it's like more obvious that it would occur there. When I heard of the thing with the tractors, it was more surprising. So, that's the thing. Now these chips from Luke's Organic, brought to us by the farmers themselves. I do like them. So, like I said, they have a nice light texture and a complex barbecue flavor. Now, we're gonna pull out the chip chart. If you missed last week, well, you should just watch last week. But if you missed it, then not only did that conversation not entirely make sense, but you missed the introduction of the chip chart. This is my very high-tech way of charting the chips that we have talked about. So I will add Luke's Organic Barbecue to the chart. Where did they go? So, we've got a few other barbecues on here. We've got those Homestyle Select. Right in number 3. I can't even read my own writing. And we've got the Boulder Canyon Mesquite Barbecue right below. So I will say these are the best barbecue. And are they better? Are they better than Lay's Classics? I mean, yeah, I can't think of, yeah, I think given an option of the two, if both were in front of me, I would go with Luke, but Kettle Chili Verde remain numero uno. So we're gonna just make this completely illegible. Luke's Organic Barbecue. And the goal here, well, the goal of the chip chart is to get, you know, obviously, the goal of the chip chart is to catalog every chip that has ever existed on the face of the earth and put it into an order of best to worst. But the goal also, in the more immediate future, is to break free from this notebook and bring the chip chart to you, the viewer, the participant. You're not just the viewer, you're the active participant in this chip chat. To bring this to the computer. Anyway, hopefully I won't have to be holding up a notebook too much longer. But for now, there we have it. Luke's Organic Barbecue coming in number 2 out of the 5 so far. Very, very high on the list. That's good. I like it. I'm glad Luke and the farmers brought us these chips. And if you like these chips, or if you want to try these chips, and you also want to support, you know, the worker collectives, the rights of workers, rights to repair their own equipment, then you can do that when you buy your chips. You know, vote with your dollar. And you can keep an eye out for, ooh, that's a big one. That's a good one. For politicians and, you know, other people that make change in the world who support these things. So, yeah, I think that's important to do. So long. Thanks for joining me. Take care.